Alright, there's only two things that I want in life. One, to be Batman, and two, to have Aaron Eckhart's mustache in this movie. I mean, just look at that thing. It's like a Ron Burgundy stash. Alright, so Sully is a new Clint Eastwood directed movie. It stars Tom Hanks as a guy named Sully, and yeah, he looks a lot like Sully from Uncharted. I just thought I'd address that right out the gate. Sully is the pilot that captained the Miracle on the Hudson. If you guys remember that from about 2009, this plane was crash landing. It landed in the Hudson River. Everyone made it out alive. And this guy's a hero, but now the higher-ups and the insurance companies are like, well, maybe he could have made it back to the airport in time. Maybe he was irresponsible. Maybe he just cost us a bunch of money that we didn't have to. Ooh, discrepancies and conspiracies. Alright, it never goes like conspiracy deep, but you know what I'm saying. And starting out with what I liked in the movie, let's just get the obvious out of the way. Tom Hanks was good in this movie. Are you ever gonna hear someone say, Tom Hanks, he was kind of the weak link? No, even in Tom Hanks' bad movies, he's still like the best part. Has Tom Hanks ever made a bad movie? I can't think of any off the top of my head. If you can think of a bad Tom Hanks movie, write it down in the comments. And if you guys say Toy Story 2, you are wrong. I will fight that movie being the best Pixar movie till the day I die. But getting back to Sully in this movie, what I liked about Tom Hanks in this movie is that he is just a regular dude that is thrown into the starlight. He's just a lowly pilot. He never thought he would be getting this much media attention in his entire life. So that impacts him, it impacts his family. He's also just trying to cope with this post-traumatic stress that he's dealing with because of the plane. And I thought that just gave the movie a lot of flavor. Because seriously, imagine you are him. You're a plane captain, you're going to work one day, just eating your bagel, drinking your coffee, doing whatever you do. Just a routine flight, and then all of a sudden you lose 2 engines, you gotta make an emergency landing, and you end up crash landing into the Hudson River in New York. And yeah, everyone on your plane makes it out alive, but what if you slipped up just one small thing? And now you got these people breathing down your neck telling you that maybe you made the irresponsible choice because these flight simulations are saying otherwise. I just like the dilemma that they put Sully under in this movie. And everyone in the movie does a good job at acting. Aaron Eckhart's really good as the first mate. Anna Gunn from Breaking Bad pops up as one of the people on the council. And Laura Linney plays his wife in the movie, and she isn't really given a whole lot to do. Sometimes with these biopic type of movies, there's always, like Straight Outta Compton, for example. You can tell that there's things they took out of Straight Outta Compton because Dr. Dre and Ice Cube were like, hey, we don't want that stuff in the movie. And so I get it, you gotta respect the family's privacy, but you can kind of tell there's a little more going on with the family that they didn't want to divulge in the movie. I'm not trying to say anything bad about Captain Sully or his family or anything. I'm just saying, like, it feels like there's something missing there. And the movie's very well directed too. Clint Eastwood usually makes like these the color palette in his movies are always really bleak. But this movie takes place in like January. If he's making a movie set in Disneyland, then I'm sure he's gonna make his color palette a little different. So for this movie, Clint Eastwood's style of directing really works. What's weird about this movie is that it's only like 90 minutes, but it feels a lot longer. It's definitely the longest 90-minute movie I've ever seen. And in that, there's a couple times when the scenes slow down a little bit. The movie actually starts out after the plane crash, and they show you the crash through flashbacks. Which flashbacks in movies are kind of hit or miss. I really slammed Suicide Squad recently for their use of flashbacks at the beginning of that movie. In this movie though, they're like long flashbacks. You know how in some flashbacks it's like a dream sequence that it's kind of like a hazy view, but the flashbacks in this movie are like their own scene. They're not part of another scene, so it doesn't feel like you're being taken out of one scene and placed into another. But the flashbacks in this movie were pretty well placed, and I didn't feel like they detracted from the story at all. But at the end of this movie, when the hearing is going down, you are on the edge of your seat, because there are some times when you kind of sided with the council. This movie gets you thinking, like, maybe he did make the wrong choice. Maybe he could have landed. But you're so invested in Tom Hanks and the character of Sully that you just want to see this guy go back to his job, get his wings back. Overall, Sully was a really well-directed, well-acted movie. I don't know if I can see myself rewatching this one, but I do like how the movie has a good message about how computers can never fully replace mankind. Because they're talking about this flight simulation, and the simulation says this, and simulation says that, but it's a lot different when you're in the heat of the action, up in the air. So I liked that part of the movie. Overall, I would recommend go see Sully. But if you guys have seen Sully, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, or let me know what your favorite Clint Eastwood movie is. Mine, I think, is still Gran Torino. But comment whatever you will in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching this video. Very soon I'm going to have my Prisoner of Azkaban review up, and those videos are going to start coming a little bit more frequently, since we're only about 2 months away from Fantastic Beasts now. So look forward to that video, but until then, I'll see you guys next time.